Welcome back to Math with Mrs. Cox. We're on Chapter 9, Lesson 3, page 625 in your math book. And now we're going to subtract like fractions. This is going to be a great chapter. You're going to love it. So again, we have our like fractions, which means the denominator is the same or they are alike. So then we just subtract it straight across. So we can come over here to bring the denominator over and then subtract 7 and minus 3 from it, which gives us an answer of 4/10. Then we need to write it in simplest form, which I'm going to erase that for. And simplest form, they're both even, so I can divide them both by 2. So it's going to be 2/5 would be simplest forms. I'm going to come over here to the model. We have placed 7 tiles that say 110. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then cross out 3 of them. So now you can see that there are 4 tiles left, which represents 4/10, which can be simplified to 2/5. So 2/5 is the answer we're looking for. Example 2. The table shows the amount of rainfall several cities received in a recent month. How much more? That's a signal to you that that's a subtraction problem. How much more rain did Centerville receive than Bushton? Write in simplest forms. Okay, here is Centerville and Bushton. So we have 9/10, subtract 3/10. Bring the 10 over because it's a like fraction, and then have 9, take away 3. It's going to give us the answer of 6/10. Now, this number is even, so I can definitely simplify that by dividing each number by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 3/5 of an inch more fell in Centerville than in Bushton. There we go. Guided practice. Okay, just subtract it straight across. They are alike, so you just bring that denominator over, and then you subtract 3 from 5, and our answer is 2. Denominator just comes straight across. Subtract 2 from 3, answer is 1. Denominator comes straight across. Then you subtract the top. We have 6. We're going to subtract 3. We're going to have 3 left. Oh, except that one can be simplified, because I can divide both of them by 3 to simplify. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my answer for 3 is 1/3. All right, this is the part of the guided practice where you can push pause and probably race through this and then quickly turn the video back on and check your answers just to make sure you simplify things correctly. Kind of fun. All right, number 4, let's begin. Subtract, write each difference in simplest form. We're going to bring the denominator straight across because they are alike fractions. 5 minus 3 is going to be 2, and I can simplify that. 2 will go into 2 once, 2 will go into 6 3 times. Number 3, I'm going to bring the denominator 3 straight across. 2 minus 1 is 1, and that is as simplified as that number can get. Number 6. 5 comes straight across because that's the denominator. 3 minus 1 is 2. My answer is 2/5. Number 7. Bring that 7 straight across. 6 minus 5 is going to be 1. 1/7. Number 8. We bring that 9 across. 5 minus 2, the answer is going to be 3. Ooh, I can simplify that one. I can divide each of them by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my answer is going to be 1/3 on that problem. Number 9, bring the denominator straight across. 6 minus 4 is 2. Oh, I can simplify. I can divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. My final answer is 1/4. Number 10, we have 3/4 divided by 1/4. Bring that 4 over. 3 subtract 1 is 2. Oop, I can simplify. 2 can go into both of these. 2 will go into the numerator 1 time. 2 will go into the denominator twice. Okay, we are subtracting like fractions. So we just bring that 12 straight across. 9 minus 3 is going to be 6, and then that will simplify down to 1/2. Number 12, bring that denominator across. 4 minus 2 is 2. That's as simplified as it's going to get. Find the unknown. We need to discover what b is. Well, bring that denominator over. Then 5 minus 1 is 4. So 4/9 is what b is going to be. Okay, let's look at what we've got here. Looks like they brought the denominator across, so they did that correctly. And then 6 minus something equals 1. Well, I can do plus, and it's going to be, let's see, 5 would be the answer I need to be. So h is 5. 6 minus 5 would equal the 1. There's no plus in that. Silly Billy. All right, number 15. We have 3/4 subtract 2/4 equals something. Well, they've got all the 4's correctly, so let's see what we can do here. 3 minus 2 is 1, so W is 1. All right, friends, check your work. We're not going to worry about that. Let's go to the homework. Okay, subtracting like fractions. Write each difference in simplest form. Okay, remember we keep the denominator the same. Bring it over. 3 minus 1 is 2. Is that simplified? Nope. We can divide each of them by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our final answer is 1/3. Number 2, we're going to bring the 9 over. And then 7 minus 3 is 4. And that's as simple as that little guy is going to get. Okay, number 3, we have an 8 we're going to bring over as the denominator. 7 minus 2 will be 5. So we have 5/8. The table shows the result of a survey of 28 students and their favorite tourist attractions. Use the table to answer questions or exercises 4 and 5. What fractions of students prefer Mount Rushmore over the Grand Canyon? Write in simplest form. Okay, so here's Mount Rushmore and Grand Canyon. So now remember, this whole lesson we've been subtracting, so it's a pretty safe bet to understand that they may want us to subtract. So let's see, Mount Rushmore has 14 out of the 28 students who favored it. And Grand Canyon had 8 out of the 28 students who favored it. So we could probably subtract 14 minus 8 to figure out what fraction prefer it. Remember, we're going to bring the 28 over. And you can think 14 minus 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is going to be 6. We're going to have 6 28ths. Now, if you look at this, it needs to be simplified. They're both even, so I'm going to divide them both by 2, and let's see what happens. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 28 divided by 2 is 14. Don't you love how I give away the answers by accident? And I believe that's as simplest as we can get, the simplified form. Number 5, suppose, 4. Now 4 looks like this. 4 students change their mind and choose the Statue of Liberty instead of the Grand Canyon. Okay, so now they want us to add 4 students to this. So the total for this one will be 10 students out of 28 prefer the Statue of Liberty. And we have to take the 4 from the Grand Canyon. So then we have 8 minus 4. There's now going to be 4 28ths of the student like the Grand Canyon. Okay, now what part of the class prefers Mount Rushmore? Okay, so we're not going to even play with the Grand Canyon. We're going to play with Mount Rushmore over the Statue of Liberty. So now we're going to deal with this number and this number. So prefers Mount Rushmore over the Statue of Liberty. So Mount Rushmore is 14 students out of the 28 students, correct? Now our Statue of Liberty has a new number because we had 4 switch over. So now Statue of Liberty is 10 students out of the 28. So bring the 28 over because that's our common denominator. 14 minus 10 is going to be left over with 4. We need to simplify that. I know that I can divide them both by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So my simplified answer is going to be 1/7 of the students. Number 6, on a class trip to the museum, 5/8 of the students saw the dinosaurs and 7/8 of the students saw either jewelry collection or dinosaurs. What fractions of students only saw the jewelry collection? Write in simplest form. Okay, they want us to do a subtraction. That's what we've been doing this whole time, is subtracting. So that's what they wish for us to do now, okay? So let's read this again. On the class trip to the museum, 5/8 of the students saw dinosaurs. Okay, good. We know that we're going to deal with 5/8. And 7/8 of the students saw either the jewelry collection or the dinosaurs. Okay, well, we're going to do a couple of different subtractions here. Okay, we have 7/8. So in this group of 7/8 of the students, they saw jewelry and dinosaurs. Okay, but we do know for a fact that 5/8 saw dinosaurs. So we can take 7 minus 5 equals 2/8. So we took all the dinosaur people out, and now we just have the jewelry people left. And that is 2/8, but we can write that in simplest form. 2 will go into 2 1 time, 2 will go into 8 4 times. So our final answer is going to be 1/4. Okay, the Indian Ocean is 2/10 of the area of the world's ocean. What fraction represents the area of the remaining oceans that make up the world's oceans? Explain. Okay, so 2/10 is a small piece of the whole. All of the oceans in the world would take up 10/10, or at least for the sake of this problem. We're taking the Indian Ocean out of that. So then we have 8/10. But that looks like I can simplify it. They're both even. Let's divide them both by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we have 4/5 of the ocean. And we're going to explain. We're going to say this right here is the world's oceans. All the oceans. And we're going to draw a little arrow from this one saying this one is the Indian Ocean. I'll just put I-ocean. Then just show your equations there and circle your answer and we'll be good to go. Okay, ooh, this has a model with it. Love it. Makes me hungry. The pictures on the right show how much sausage and pepperoni pizza was left at the end of one day. Which pizza had more left? How much more? Okay, so you can probably look at it and figure it out. I like to work it out the equations. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 total pieces. And out of those 8 pieces, there are 7 pieces left. Okay. Pepperoni piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 total pieces. And out of that one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces left. So now I'm going to subtract to find out which pizza had more left. So bring the 8 over. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So do you see 3/8? And it was sausage that had the highest amount. So we have 3/8 of the sausage is what was left. All right, friends.